praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. It's your brother Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando camp. And, just back to the spirit, just reading, meditating. Just trying to do this video or just live yesterday, but for whatever reason I was having issues. So maybe this is just one of those videos that Satan doesn't want to go out there for whatever reason, but nevertheless we are here, and I don't have a particular title. Like I said, I was just reading, which prompted me to just meditate on certain things, because Lord willing, I have an article that I plan to do a separate video on. Lord willing, I'll get around to it, which I seen from a particular elder. He did a couple of years ago, and it just so happened to pop up. I forgot what I was looking at, but I seen an article, and it's titled something along the lines of well, of course it's going to say Jesus, but we know to be Yahushua, the true Messiah, all right, the true Son of the Most High Power. But it was titled something along the lines of Yahushua, that tough guy from Nazareth, something along those lines, and it just goes into the nature of Yahushua, certain characteristics which, Lord willing, we are being made into His image, because we want to know how the Heavenly Father is. Well, that's why He sent His only begotten Son. All right, that's the closest we're going to get to how the Heavenly Father is Yahushua, through Yahushua. All right, and like Yahushua said, hey, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. So Lord willing, we're being transformed. We are being made like into His image. Now I just brought that up because going into this article, that tough guy from Nazareth, talking about Yahushua, because he wasn't a sweet guy. I got certain points I can remember off the top of my head, going into some of the characteristics of Yahushua. One of the things that they mentioned in the article was Yahushua, how he was very abrasive. Basically he just wasn't a nice. He wouldn't be considered a nice guy. Yahushua was definitely not a sweet boy. But overall, I just mentioned that just because certain of those qualities and those traits being instilled in us is going to be necessary for the times to come. Just having a very man-like mentality, a very stoic and stern, austere type of mentality, which people, they look down upon now, but I guarantee you, those same people that complain about how brothers conduct themselves. Now, it's not to say that we're just walking around here, all this high-ass testosterone, and we're just loose lions. Nah, man, we do learn to, temperance and things of that nature, self-control and whatnot, but it's going to pay off, it is going to pay off in that time to come. All right, because to bring it all back full circle, going into the like I said, I don't have a particular topic or a title, but what I was just meditating on was, like I said, just doing some reading, how Esau, the international bankers, and how they have it to where everyone is being backed into a corner, to where when that MOTB is going to be presented, all right, everyone's going to flock to that MOTB, because that's going to be the only solution that, for these people, Lord willing, for us, that's why I did all the rambling, to make that point, because the Lord has it to where we don't give two shits about none of this, and that's why you're going to have a certain select few of individuals not bow the knee to the image. So we'll go ahead and start off with that. Get this in the book of Romans 11, Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men where 7 just goes into completion, a complete amount of individuals, a small select few that are going to have a certain mindset. You see, that's, walking in this valley of the shadow of death. All right, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai being our guide. The Lord is teaching us a lesson. Because we're in the wilderness all over again. Back in the wilderness, after the Lord delivered us from ancient Egypt, and we were in the wilderness 40 years, the Lord was trying to teach us a lesson. We felt that lesson. All right, all Israel, the elect and the 2/3. But the elect, because again, we're in the wilderness all over again. The Lord is dragging us through the mud for a reason. And this go around, the elect are going to get it. The elect are going to pass the test, because we are in the wilderness all over again. All right. Like it tells you in Deuteronomy 8, the Lord was starting at 1, how the Lord, he dragged us through the mud to teach us a lesson of humility. All right. Putting our trust, our faith in Yahweh Shema Shai first and foremost. But it entails a lot, because in this land of the valley of the shadow of death, all right, and that's why, going into because those certain qualities that the Lord wants to draw out of his men, it's already there. It's just a matter of it coming out through the different trials and tribulations, like faith, because that's what that's what Yahweh Shema Shai requires of us. Above all, he requires our faith, and that's something that's already in the elect. It just has to be drawn out, but there's many other qualities and traits, because being Israelites, all right, there's certain things that just resonate with us. It didn't make sense in the world. It didn't make sense before the truth, but it makes sense now that we have this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Such as, for one, eating raw meat. That's something like that. That's just something that's that's just something that's just that's just in our nature to not eat raw meat. Bloody meat. That's just something that's natural. And there's many other things. As much of a because there's a whole thing, a whole culture out here with our people. They get off on sleeping with another man's woman, another man's wife. But to a certain select few, that's just this is certain that's another one of those things that's just in us, where we just know that that's not right. That's not right. A man being with another man. Even the children have enough common sense to know that just, you can't put a circle block you can't put a circle into a square block. It just doesn't add up. It's just something that just doesn't make sense. So certain qualities and traits, like I said, I just say all that to say, it's already within the elect, all right, such as integrity, walking in uprightness, all right, and many other things, man. That's something that's already within the elect. It just has to be drawn out. And that's, again, going through the different trials and tribulations, it draws it out, and that's the lesson that, hey, the Lord is teaching his elect. So again, in Romans 11:4, but what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. All right. So in the grand scheme of things, when it comes down to that MOTB and being fully, what's the word? I'll just say transformed, transfigured, whatever the term is, into this system. All right, the elect are going to have that special spirit. All right, to be able to withstand and to stand up to the beast. In the belly of the beast. This is why those elect men, which we're striving to be a part of that number, they're going to be so commended. For their faith. They're going to be commended greatly. Their stories are going to be talked about for all of eternity, because Look at the odds. You know, all odds being stacked against the elect. Again, we're in the belly of the beast, prophesying in this devil's kingdom. All right, he's going down. You know, his system is going to be destroyed. He's going to be destroyed right along with it. You know, against all odds. You know, because there is a certain level of not insanity, but there is a certain level of I'll just say craziness when it comes to this thing of ours, man. You know, because again, just against all odds, just look at our condition. We're talking about, because contrary to popular belief, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, we're telling the world that, hey, the hell with Jesus, the hell with a nigga named Jesus. All right, the real Messiah is going to, who is a so-called black man, he's gonna come and subdue all nations, start with the top nation, who the Lord gave the earth power of the earth for a time period. You know, and that says a lot, because these people think that, hey, the so-called white man, he's God. You know, the world thinks that the so-called white man is God. All right, so the fact that we're telling people that, hey, a so-called black man is coming down to take the so-called white man, put his ass into slavery. You know, the fact that we're telling the world that, hey, this earth is going to be invaded by so-called UFOs, which we know to be the chariots. All right, you know, just the things that we talk about, and not only do we prophesy about, we believe. Like I said, there's a level of craziness. That's why it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, to these people, to their astonishment, there's going to be to everyone's disappointment. You know, to everyone's disappointment, to the world's disappointment. Like, damn, you know. So you mean to tell me a so-called white boy with his long stringy hair and blue eyes is not coming to save everyone? No. And I go as far as to tell you, hey, because this nigga named Jesus, all right, which is an idol on the earth today. All right, he's a walking idol on the earth today. He's a man. All right, when Yahushua shows up, this nigga named Jesus that everyone's worshiping is going into slavery as well. All right, so hearing that, you know, again, there's got to be some. You got to be there's a little level of craziness. You know, again, against all odds. So that's why I said, you know, Lord willing, we are that number. The stories, the accounts, the elect, man, their accounts are going to be talked about forever. Just like today, we talk about King David. You know, the faith of Abraham, all these men. You know, we still talk about them to this day, right? But hey, the elect in general, hey, their accounts are going to be talked about forever. Because just look at our circumstances, against all odds, like the examples that I use. You know, against all odds, we're in the belly of the beast. All right, Esau's getting ready to come down with that great wrath. You know, there's going to be a special spirit. All right, on the hopeful elect to be able to withstand up to Esau, this system. Which again, Esau, he's backing everyone into a corner. You know, I'm gonna go to this in Job 24. Job 24. I'm gonna start at 1. I'm gonna just read on down. Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know Him not see His days? Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. They reap everyone his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. Because I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna go to this real quick. Yeah, Amos chapter 9. Amos chapter 9. I'm going to start at 11. In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And this is something that these fake, phony Christians don't like to deal with when it comes to the tabernacle of David, because what does that consist of? What was which we know, King David, his reign, it was symbolic for the kingdom. All right, because a part of King David's rulership was having the nations under subjection, which the Christians, they don't want to deal with that. As well as King Solomon, which is also symbolic for what we're going to have in the kingdom. All right, peace. It's not going to be no war. Verse 12, they that possess the remnant of Edom, and all the heathen which are called by thy name, which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. Verse 13, behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. All right, so the point being, it said the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Now, what is a plowman? Basically, a plowman is you work, but you don't really see the wages of your work. You don't really get the reward of your work, of your labor. And who does that fit in a nutshell? Jake. We work with bags that have holes in them, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Because it's getting harder, it's getting tougher. Esau, again, going back to the point, he's just making it more and more impossible to live, to survive. Because that's what it's coming down to, even with these so-called middle class individuals, man. Because a part of the plans of the elites, like it tells you in Revelation 13, I'm gonna go to that. Revelation 13 and verse 16, and he calls it all. So you see, he's setting it up. He's making it to where everyone, the world, all right, backing everyone into a corner. You see, it says both small and great, rich and poor. So you see how it said rich and poor. There was no in between there, because ever since this world crisis, quote unquote, started back in 2020, hey, you've either gotten more rich, or you've fallen more into the poor class. And to this day, even these people, everyone that's been in these middle classes, the so-called middle class, they're falling into more and more of the category of the poor. More and more, everyone's feeling the squeeze. Everyone is feeling the hurt. So that's why when that Esau, because he's causing all these problems, he wants to blame it on climate change or whatever, but he's causing all these problems around the world. All right, and everyone's looking for a solution. Everyone's crying out for a solution, and that includes us of the hopeful elect. But that's the difference. All right, ultimately the difference is where your faith lies. It's either going to be in Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai or the system. You see, I'm gonna read up in Revelation 13. Revelation 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth. So you see, there's a great deception coming. All right, ultimately, going into that MOTB, which I just read in verse 16 and 17, because the whole world is going to be deceived into taking this MOTB. This is going to be the problem to everyone's solutions. All right, this is why we see, because I brought this out the other day, going into the MOTB update. That MOTB is going to be the answer to everyone's problems, from physical ailments, financial ailments, whatever. All right, that MOTB is going to be the solution to everyone's problems. It's going to be spiritual power on the left hand. All right, and with that being said, you're going to be fully transformed, transfigured into the system. That's why when you read on, it says that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So we're in a time where Esau, through the power of his technology that was given to him by Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right. I'm gonna go to this real quick. Because, going into Esau's blessing, which is the sword, right? But a part of his blessing is his technology as well. No, never mind. Scratch that. That doesn't tie into this. But going back to Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, some of the elect are going to be martyred, a physical sense, being killed physically. All right. But even in a spiritual sense, in a figurative sense, being exiled out of society. All right. And this is why this time period is known as the hour of temptation, because, like I said, ultimately it's going to boil down to your faith. While everything is in the name of convenience, if you're hungry, you could just go to the grocery store, buy you something to eat. You just go to a fast food restaurant. And knowing how these simple Babylonians are, they don't, they're overweight. They don't know how to, they don't know how to do nothing. For the most part, these people, they can't hunt, can't start a fire, because that's where it's going to come down to. That's what we're coming down to, man. We're going back into a very primitive, a very primal way of living, a dog-eat-dog type of world. As I always say, hey, it's going to get to a point. It's coming to a point. Hey, the only way that to get it, if you're not of the elect, is by the ski mask way. And you should know what I mean when I say the ski mask way. All right, that's what it's coming down to. Hey, it's either my life or his or hers. So that's why, again, this time is going to be known as the hour of temptation. Because what are you going to do? And I'm speaking to myself too. I'm speaking to myself as well. Now, ultimately, we don't know what we're going to do. That's why, hey, the just shall live by faith. We're just going to have to, hey, trust in the spirit. I'm to a point where I just let the spirit just completely take over, man. I'm instead of questioning, should I go left, should I go right, I just go left, or I just go right, either or. I don't question. I just go, I just go, and I kid you not, just trusting in the spirit. Hey, the Lord won't fail you. He won't do you wrong. It won't be a wrong turn, so to say. Because King David, hey, he moved as if the Most High was with him, because the Most High was with him. And that's how we got to be. We just got to know that the Lord is with us. We just got to know, because we're definitely not in a time of questioning, wavering faith. We're definitely not in that time of wavering. Your faith can't be wavering. You either believe or you don't. You either believe or you don't. One of my favorite scriptures, hey, be it according to your faith. Because there's gonna come times. Listen, hey, you're not gonna know. It might be 2 days, 3 days. You got your family. You don't know when the next meal is gonna come. Here it is. You got your children. They got those little snot nose boogers and whatnot. You got those little snotty noses and whatnot. Hungry, starving, right? And here it is. You got your demon. Hey, she's about to go down there to them stations, man. she might go down to one of those stations and take that sea hip and them children. And a lot of dudes are gonna fold. They're gonna falter. They're gonna fold off of that. Now obviously you're not of the elect. All right, but the elect, they're gonna say the hell with that, man. In order to partake in society, in order to buy and sell, partake in society, that's, hey, You know, that's what it's going to come down to. You're either going to put your trust in Yahweh Shema Shai or the system. You know, because that's what this image of the beast is going into, the system. You know, and like I read earlier, a Lord, one aware of that number where we're gonna say we're gonna stand up to this beast. We're gonna stand up to the system, man. We're gonna say to hell with that, man. You know, you could take that MOTB, you can shove it up your ass. You know, so I'm gonna get this in Revelation 15, and I'm gonna start at 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of God. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. Because you see, listen, this is another thing, you know, having a victory type of mindset, you know, because if we're all that number, we've already defeated this shit. We've already conquered this shit. And that is a part of being a man, you know, having a conquering type of attitude, you know, having, you know, every situation that comes about you, comes your way, man. Just, hey, man, just having that, man, I already, you know, like, hey, man, the Lord is with me, man. This shit don't mean nothing. You know, this shit don't mean nothing. You know, I'm gonna grab this real quick. That's 1 Kings 2:2. 1 Kings 2:2. I go the way of all the earth. Matter of fact, verse 1. Because this is a commandment, you know, for the heirs, for the sons. All right, this is a commandment unto us. 1 Kings 2:1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying. So you see, this is a commandment. I go all the way of the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. All right, because that's what the Lord demands of us, to be men. Like I said in the beginning, going back into the article that I was mentioning, you know, that tough guy from Nazareth. All right, because all those qualities, those traits, they're gonna pay off. You know, just being numbed out. You know, because that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take a strong stomach to be able to withstand a lot of things that we're gonna witness, man. Is gonna take a strong stomach, a certain spirit, a special spirit. Like when you read in that the Maccabees with the mother and her 7 sons, you know, that mother, she was, and I like to think of that mother, you know, because she's stronger than a lot of these so-called men today, you know. But seeing her sons get offed one by one, all in one day, you know. Matter of fact, let me get it. I don't want to misquote it. The Lord put a special type of spirit to be able to, you know, to be able to deal with that. The Lord put a special spirit on her. So in 2 Maccabees, I just want to get to the point. Bear with me. So 2 Maccabees 7:21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, and said unto them. So that's a special type of spirit that the Lord put on this particular woman, which that could be symbolic for us. You know, there's a special spirit on this woman to be able to, you know, encourage your sons. Hey, take your death like a man. die like a man. You know, because, hey, that's what the Lord told us. Hey, you know, if you're going to die for something, hey, die for Yahweh Shema Shai. Take your death like a man. If it comes to that, you know. Let me get another one since I'm here. 2 Esdras 10. Because that's what the Lord demands of us. All right. Or is that 1 Esdras? Second Esdras 10:33. He said unto me, stand up manfully, and I will advise thee. So you see, that's how the Lord deals with us, putting off that weak nature, that bitch shit. All right, and manning up, man. The Lord demands this. He demands of us to be men. And that's what it's going to take, a real man-like spirit, man. Just a real man, not according to this society, what they teach you, what a man is. A real man of Yahweh Shema Shai, which again, we're being transformed into his image, versus 2/3 they're being transformed into the image of the beast. They're transformed into Esau. The Wadi Yahweh Shema Shai, he took that shit, he took us from out of this shit. All right. And he's dealing with us, and making us unto his image, versus 2/3 they're being transformed into the image of the beast. So that's why when it comes down to it, 2/3, because they're already given over. They're already given over. I'm gonna get this real quick. This is the spirit, because St. John 6:66, right? St. John 6:66, which have vibration of 6, St. John 6:66. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. So you see, that vibration of 666, right? Because like I said, 2/3 are already given over. It's just the cherry on top is going to be that MOTB. That's just going to be the cherry on top, man. But I'm gonna go back to that Job 24. Job 24 in verse 6. They reap everyone his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. Verse 7. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, and they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains, and embrace the rock for want of shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor. They cause them to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within their walls, and tread their wine presses, and suffer thirst. Men groaned from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out, yet God layeth not folly to them. So you see, man, like I said, because of Esau, because of course, as we know, verse 24. I'm sorry. Never mind. Slakia. I'm thinking of Job 9:24. Slakia. But because of Esau, which Job 9:24, the earth given into the hands of the wicked. All this oppression. Like I said, man, everyone's crying, crying out. Everyone's looking for a solution. Everyone is in need. Everyone's in desperate need. Everyone is being backed into a corner because of these international bankers, man. Because of Esau Edom, which he's strategically doing, because again, when it comes down to that MOTB, all right, he's setting everyone up, backing everyone into a corner, and when he presents that solution, everyone outside of the elect, they're gonna fold, they're gonna falter, man. But like I said, I didn't have a particular title. Just a few things that were on my mind. As far as this beast system, the whole system. Like I said, ultimately it's going to come down to faith. Who you put your trust in more, either Yahweh Shema Shai or Esau's system. The Lord wanted this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.